Okay, welcome back to Bouncearound Charleston. Now we want to talk about helping those in need in Puerto Rico because of the devastation. I have the right people here to tell us all about it. I have Emily Cox, Rachel Inhabitant, Melody Shemtov, and Willie Hayward. But you know what? They call Willie Halo. And they're going to talk about helping those in need in Puerto Rico. Welcome to Bouncearound Charleston.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Emily, tell us about the project.
Well, Power to Puerto Rico is a grassroots effort that we put together on the fly when we realized that as a community we weren't satisfied with the quality and quickness of help being offered to the residents of Puerto Rico after the recent devastation.
So then you all have now come together and we're going to make something happen.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Shemtov?
All right. So, as a citizen of the world and of Charleston, after the devastation in Puerto Rico, I felt a little powerless to be able to do anything. I wanted to contribute. I wanted to give something to somebody somewhere, but I wasn't able to find any channels that were open or that were accessible. And so my husband and I own a couple of restaurants locally, downtown and in West Ashley, and we just decided, you know, we're going to put up some boxes and some signs, and we're going to accept any type of donation anyone wants to give. And then the idea was to drive those donations to Atlanta, where that was the nearest drop-off point that I could find online to be able to get those goods to Puerto Rico. So I put that on Facebook. Just if I can't find anyone to help me do something I want to do, I'm just going to do it myself.
Right.
Because when you watch the television and you watch the news, the devastation is horrific.
Horrible.
Oh,
And the speed of relief is infuriatingly slow. So you feel powerless. You sit on your couch and you say, there are things I can do, but how? But who? But when?
Right.
So I just started with a Facebook post, and Emily saw the post, and so did Rachel. And actually, it was just it was the tiniest seed, but I just planted it out there, and just like that, it grew. And
Rachel Inhabitant, what is your role in this?
Well, I do want to add that this is almost an accidental, spontaneous, organic experience. The seed was planted, and then I read, let's load up a car, I'm going to drive it all to Atlanta. I thought Emily said it. So I said to her, let's do a van instead of a car, and then let's do a truck instead of a van. So just by accident and me misreading something, it kept going. It just kept spreading, and then I was the storage unit for all of the stuff.
yeah. So once we had posted that it was, I have several locations, restaurants. So we had 4 locations that were accepting donations. Emily reached out to additional restaurants and local businesses and asked them, would you like to set up a donation spot?
So not only were community members involved in donating goods, but local businesses were integral in allowing us to collect those items. Exactly.
So then, Willie, what did you do with all of this?
I was just inspired, honestly, and then seeing these powerful women come together as a male, I felt that it should be chivalry from this point on. Lead me, you know, and watching my dad work for my mother for over 25 years doing transportation, I knew in PR I wanted to transport more than product. I want to transport transparency. And me and my father had a talk, and I said, look what these women are doing. And him and his girlfriend and Joy Campbell from I Serve with Joy called me, and she said, if you want someone that's fired up, you better put Halo on it. And I felt their energy, and that's what it's been in the African American community, the Latino, any community. The women have been crying out for us males to do something with them for too long. And my whole way there, I spoke to God, and we got there. Red Cross did not give me a fair drop site. We got there, we ended up at an abandoned gas station. My dad said, son, your mom got our back. We not stopping. We called a corporate, one of the general managers at Goodwill in Valencia, said, hey, bring it here. We got one corporate owner in Goodwill shipping out from a plane directly to Puerto Rico.
Wow.
So we got our own grassroots dispatch, warehouse, logistics, and shareholder. Like, we have a whole organic movement and business concept that should be acknowledged, and someone should be investing in these ladies to be able to, so we can keep going. Yes, sir.
Okay, so from all of this, what do you want the community to help you do?
Well, before I mention that, I just should say the missing link is here. Once we reached out and a bunch of other businesses contributed space and resources to bring in materials, and then Rachel put it on her Facebook and then to different community Facebooks to bring the donations to her house.
Yeah.
You ended up with how much?
We had 7,000 tons of things.
Yeah.
No, is that the wrong number?
Pounds.
No.
Pounds. Tons.
7,000
This is where I come in for logistics. She had
multiple tons.
7,354 exact pounds.
So we went from a few boxes at a few
Yeah.
restaurants to 17,000 pounds, multiple pallets,
Yeah.
more stuff than any SUV or any van
Yeah.
could carry.
Yes.
And these things we should mention were at Rachel's house for over a month,
Yeah.
and we were frustrated, scrambling, looking for someone.
Right.
We have all these goods. The community has come together. Help us get this stuff to Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Sadly, the logistics of transporting things to and distributing them within Puerto Rico are so challenging
Right.
that it really took an expert in a series of weeks of multiple connections to allow us to get the good that had been done here in Charleston to the people who needed it there.
Yes.
What type of donations are you looking for?
Well, we have basically non-perishables, things that can exist beyond the case that's going on, that we're more in a preventative situation, like hand sanitizer, women personal products, diapers, and so forth. Anything that can continue to last, so if anything happens, there's a warehouse and a logistic concept to dispatch from, and we could. It would just be as simple as that. Yes, sir.
Okay, what we're going to do, once the show airs, we're going to have all of your information up on the screen.
Yes, sir.
But just briefly, can you tell them where they can bring something now? If they want to drop off?
Do we have a drop-off now?
I have a partner, a client, Local Pulse, Willis Tant, and you can go to localpulseji.com. This Saturday, we'll be at King Street Collective on King Street. I think it's 1102 King Street, and I'll have the van there. But starting January 2018, every Tuesday, we're going to book that building. So every week of 2018, there will be a location for you guys to do, and that's what we're going to do from here on out. And there are other locations coming forward, but you have Preserve the Gullah donating the Mosquito Beach area. We have Johns Island Community donating Marianne Point Drive. And these are all a part of the Sea Island connection that will transport, my dad had been working side by side with me in the Gullah diaspora.
Okay.
And so we have a Sea Island network of locations to house these things, so that when she and you have time to go, okay, cut it up, let me make this in this box, and then we move from there. Yes, sir.
Okay, we're going to have all this information on our screen, but I want to thank all of you for being here.
Yes, sir.
Power to Help Puerto Rico.
Yes, sir.
And they really need help, don't they?
They
Yes,
do.
they do.
And they may not be the only ones in the future. Who
Right.
knows where devastation
Yeah,
will hit. And you asked what do we want the community to take away? Even the smallest idea can turn into something much bigger, so don't be afraid to take action.
It just takes a little seed.
Takes a
Just one
seed.
seed.
And I wanted to thank everyone. I would walk out to my porch, and people would literally sneak up there and put stuff. You put the word out, and people it kept showing up. It was like this wave of diapers and dog food, and it just kept happening. It just kept rolling. So I'd bring it more inside. And
Okay.
I had diapers up to here.
All right. This is called Power to Help Puerto Rico. But later on, it will be someone else. Thank you all.
Thank you.
For being
Thank
here on
you.
Bouncearound Charleston.
Thank
Okay, coming up next, we've got some more stuff to tell you all about. So don't leave. Stay right there. We'll be right back after this break.